Hello everybody, this is Master GIJOE. We're going to review all the vintage GIJOE figures. Today we'll look at his 1986 Beachhead. Beachhead is kind of a very detailed figure in the GIJOE line, and he is instructor for the recruits. And the leadership hierarchy, he is in the number 4th position. And the number 1 is Hawk, here. And number 2 is Duke. And after that is Flint. And number 4 is our Beachhead here. Okay. So Beachhead, he is the instructor for the recruits, and actually he made his first appearance in the comic books issue 47. And he's not very active in the comic books, but he's very popular in the cartoons. And actually, before he's joined the G.I. Joe, he used to be in a mission in South America. And during one mission, he got shocked and going down in the water. And then he thought he's dead, but he's actually survived on the beach. So later on, Duke offered him a job. He said, hey, what do you want to be your code name? And he said, I want to have the name Beachhead. And also the beachhead has another meaning, that is military term, which means taking control of an enemy coastline or the shore and holding that area. So that's how this figure got his name Beachhead. And actually, Beachhead is a very detailed figure here with lots of accessories. And later on, we will just look at the details of this figure. So first, let's look at his file card to get some information about this guy. Alright, so here is the file card. His code name is Beachhead, and he is a ranger. And actually, he is the second ranger in the G.I. Joe line. The first ranger is 1982 Stalker, and he's the second. His file name is Sneeden Wayne. Wayne is very popular in the DC world because there's a guy named Bruce Wayne. Who is Bruce Wayne? The Batman. And his primary military specialty is infantry. His secondary military specialty is small arms armorer. And his birthplace is Auburn, Alabama. Beachhead was a lane instructor at the Ranger School in Fort Benning and an observer and advisor at the Covert Orb School in Central America. He is meticulous, patient, and strong-willed. He likes to getting up at 0500 hours to make a 10-mile run and a PT, physical training session before breakfast. That reminds me of Bruce Lee because Bruce Lee also enjoys running in the morning. He enjoys squatting motionless beside a jungle trail for 3 days straight, waiting to ambush bad guys that may never show up. What he hates is people who aren't interested in doing their best. Qualified expert of all NATO and the Warsaw Pact small arms. And here, most folks will get mad on occasions, or at least get irritable, not Beachhead. He thinks anger is a waste of time and energy, and rage clouds the vision, pollutes the logic, fury impairs judgment, and makes you careless. The result of anger are not total acceptable to Beachhead. He doesn't get angry, he gets even. Alright, so now let's look at the figure here. So first, his brand name behind him, here, is made in Hong Kong, and the ear is inner thigh of his left leg is 1986. And this figure comes with a lot of accessories. First, let's look at his little back here. That is ammunition add up to his machine gun. There's a lot of magazines for him to use. It's pretty detailed. And also his gun is a very famous gun. And this gun is very detailed gun. His name is XS7 Wasp submachine gun. And this gun is very popular during the 70s and 80s. And he stopped making this gun in the year 1983. And this gun is towards the civilians' use. And some of the guns also sold to the armies and also to the policemen, the law enforcement. And this gun is very detailed. It is a 9mm gun. And here is very detailed, just like exact like the real gun. This button is the safe, and here is the fire. And also it can fold this stock forward to here. It is a very detailed gun. Alright, so another accessory is the backpack. A lot of interesting feature motive here. First is this crossbow. It is very detailed, just like the Scarlet's crossbow, but you cannot take it off. And here is the rocket arrow here. I believe have some function of explosive. And this is a scope because he likes to ambush enemies. So this scope is very important. And here are 1, 2, 3 little pockets. So he can just put in some ammunitions, more add up to his firepower. And here, and a lot of people wonder what's this part is about. Actually, this part is a grasp hook. I think it's a grasp hook launcher here. And this is the launcher part. And this is the grasp hook. So when he wants to climb onto the cliffs, he can use this to climb on it. And here is the wires tied around this part. So this part is a grasp hook. It is very detailed backpack. All right, so let's look at the figure here. So first, the color match. It's a very beautiful color. And upper body is green and lower body is the jungle camouflage. Because he likes to ambush enemy in the jungle, so this is a very beautiful color match and looks very cool also. It is a very detailed military figure. And also his head is the ski mask, which is 2 parts. Okay, you can see a line here, so you can just take this part down to show his mouth here. And actually, in one episode, we can actually see Beachhead's face. And also here is beret. Okay, so beret is used to or refers to the British parachute regiment. And actually, beret is first used during the 15th century by the French shepherds. Shepherds used this beret, this little hat, to wipe out their sweat and also to sit on the ground, to sit on this little hat. And later on, the French army think this is very convenient to use, so they just adapt this beret. And also later on, the British army think this is a very good hat, so they use it. So there are 2 advantages of using this hat. Number 1, this hat is very cheap, so you can produce a lot. And number 2, when you wear this hat, you can also wear the headset, so it will not affect using the headset. But because this hat is kind of small, so when there's like sunshine or rain coming down, it cannot prevent that. And also now a lot of countries, they have this beret in different colors, like the color blue and also the color green. But all in all, this beret just reminds you this team, this army team is a special force. And here this patch 75, actually this is a real patch. It stands for the 75th Infantry Division Rangers. It's in the real life. And this vest is tactical vest. It is very detailed. And here are some extra magazines for his XF7 auto machine gun. And here are some pouches and more pouches on the belt, which means this guy is really the beachhead. It is a guy you can count on to hold up this position. And also on his left leg, here is a pistol, and also reminds me of the Crimson Guard's pistol also on their left leg. So which means this is a secondary weapon, and he will not use it very often. It's just like a backup weapon here. And this is explosive. I believe this is time bomb. And also on the right leg, there are 2 daggers here. The first one is a combat dagger, and this one is more like a throwing knife. So which means this guy is a silent soldier. Okay, and articulation, this is a 1986 figure, so the head can go up and down because there's a ball joint. You can let it go left to right. And his arm, you can rotate 360, and his little arm can go up 90 degrees and swivel from left to right. And his torso can move from left to right because there's an O-ring rubber inside of there. And his leg can split a little bit, can go up 90 degrees, and knees bend down 90 degrees. So you can post a lot of posters for him. All right, so now let's put on his accessories. So first is this gun. It is XF7 Wasp submachine gun. All right, and then the backpack. Okay, throw it on. All right, and then last but not least is this ammunition little backpack here. Let's throw it on him. Okay, it's on the back. All right, so this is today's figure, and his beachhead is a very detailed figure with a beautiful camouflage and a lot of accessories from the 1986 toy line. And if you like it, please press like and subscribe and leave some comments here, because your comment is my future goal, and your likes is my future motivation to make more of these toys, because there are around 550 figures there. All right, thank you so much. See you next time.